Weather.
And our first alert weather coverage continues. Damaging hail, obviously the big weather story tonight across many parts of KCK and especially the Northland. Good evening, everybody. I'm Chris Katz.
And I'm Laura Moritz. Today is the first weather alert day. Let's start with Chief Meteorologist Brian Busby.
It has been a long day. We were just getting off the set at 6 o'clock, and that's when it all started with the hail reports. Here's a look at First Alert Live radar. We now have the training, something else that we've tried to warn you about coming through. Katie was the first to talk about that. Actually, I think Neville and I mentioned it yesterday as far as the training is concerned and the flooding, and Peter will address that in just 1 second. It's a thin line, but the problem is it's passing over the same real estate over and over and over again. Some areas picking up about an inch to an inch and a half of rain. Severe thunderstorm warning still within that, so 60-mile-an-hour winds can't be ruled out. Quarter-size hail, but that's still coming down from where it was earlier. And then look at what's happening out west toward Manhattan and farther to the southwest toward Emporia. More rain coming through, and all the dots that you see, these are the hail reports where it was as big as baseball-size hail for some folks. The good news is now the front is trying to make some advances farther to the south and southeast. As it does so, it'll take the rain along with it, but not quick enough. Still in the 70s down toward Clinton, cooler up toward Maryville at 54. So right in between is where the front is, and that's where the rain continues to park itself and camp out for a while. And that's why we still have to worry about flooding. Meteorologist Pete Grigsby's here with that part of the story. Pete.
And camping out and not moving, Brian, that's not good news because quite a bit of rainfall associated with this line, and it's going to continue off and on throughout the night. Now, this is future scan. I'm going to start it from now, and we're going to move it through the overnight hours. Now, notice the line that it's moving through now, but as we talk about the overnight hours, you think you might get a little break there around 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, look to the left of your screen. More rain moving in, scattered showers, a couple of thunderstorms. To be honest with you, this doesn't really get cleared out of here until possibly around midday tomorrow. Then we're left with some partial clearing skies by tomorrow afternoon with the colder air settling in. These are just estimates based on right now. Some of you like Odessa, northward along the Missouri River on the Missouri side could get up to maybe 2 inches of rain from this point all the way through tomorrow. That's something else we'll be monitoring as flash flooding now becomes an issue. Your complete 9-day forecast and more coming up in just a bit. Brian?
Trying to close the thunderstorm, hail, and tornado threat, and still talking more about the flooding. And First Alert meteorologist Nick Bender was with me and Pete just about all evening long talking about what was continuing our coverage.
2 supercell thunderstorms late this afternoon, early this evening, about 6:30 to 6:45, produced giant hail across parts of western and northern Kansas City. Talking places like Platte Woods, Parkville, Lake Wacomas. A voluminous amount of tennis ball size hail, baseball size hail. Had a lot of viewers even sending pictures of hail that was close to softball size hail. So we're talking hail that was 3 inches in diameter. We saw a lot of vehicles that had their back windshields blown out. We saw holes in front windshields, which is pretty serious stuff. Also had reports of some windows in homes that were blown out from what was likely wind-driven large hail. And there's undoubtedly going to be some roof damage as well as folks get up tomorrow morning, start assessing some of the damage on their roof from the giant hailstorms the evening before. Thankfully, the hail threat dissipated quickly, and for the rest of the night, while there's still the possibility of large hail, I don't think the potential is anywhere near what it was earlier this evening with those 2 supercells that came roaring across parts of western and northern Kansas City.
That was First News meteorologist Nick Bender reporting, and as we told you, he has been tracking these storms all evening long. This is video from earlier this evening holding a tennis ball-sized piece of hail that fell up in the Platte Woods area of the Northland this evening.
We're also keeping a close eye on power outages. This is a live look at the Evergy power outage map. More than 1,700 customers are without power right now. We'll be watching for any major changes. And this is just more large hail falling across the metro today. This is video sent to us by a viewer in Parkville. That hail caused some damage. This picture was also sent to us from the same viewer showing, once again, damage to a back windshield.
And it was a similar scene, obviously, on the Kansas side. This is video showing hail falling out in western KCK after 6:30 this evening. And we also have more video. Hail falling in a part of Kansas City North, sent to us by a viewer near Park Hill High School. That's west of I-29 and south of Northwest Berry Road.
More weather damage. A viewer sent us this picture showing hail damage to the top of a car. Another car windshield was damaged in the Northland, just smashed just like that. And hail busted the skylight in Zona Rosa tonight. We do want to see your pictures or your video showing the weather in your area. You can send it to news@kmbc.com.
Our severe weather